What's weird is that first project really wrote itself. I didn't have the intention of creating music.
That wasn't Transitions, was it?
That was Transitions.
That was your first project?
That was my first project.
That's crazy.
Yes. Had no intention of writing any music. And then it just like, I don't know I was dealing with things at the time, of course. And I was like stumbling across, like I would just listen to beats and it was like beats that were like, they were crazy. They were taking me places. And the songs really wrote themselves, honestly. And so I had an entire project planned out with all the beats that I was just like singing at home to myself. I'd like recorded on the GarageBand, but I wasn't like really dabbling in engineering or production at all. And the way my project ended up getting produced, there was a guy at my job, I worked at Buffalo General at the time, who used to hear me singing in the hallway. Really? And he'd be like, yo, you're really good. Like, you should work with a friend of mine. And I'm like, I'm not really taking it seriously. As time progressed, he would hear me like singing my original stuff. And he's like, yo, for real, I really got a friend. I'm going to call him. So he called his friend. I think he called him twice. First time he called, he didn't answer. Second time he called, he answered. He's like, yo, I got this girl I work with telling you she's dope. You would love her. Like, please let me just give her your number. Let's set up something up. Anyways, he connects me with him. I meet him. And I basically like played one of the instrumentals and sang over it. He was like, yo, this is gold. I want to produce your project. And this was John Stover.
I was about to say,
come on, this is Stove. Yes. So the way I ended up meeting him was like super whim. Him and T Brown really took me under their wing. We produced with Kid Cole, and it was like the project was built out, but just their energy in the room brought something else out of it. Honestly, it was crazy. T Brown did backgrounds. My cousin came in and did backgrounds. Of course, I had some features, some of my best friends. It was just like, it came together super organically. No, so, yeah.
I remember that time so vividly, and I'm just like, yo, this is around the DBGBs.
Yes.
This is you at, I want to say, I remember you doing the show at Milky's, and there's like line out the door.
Yeah.
Like, pills, like spots packed. I'm like, yo, this is something super dope.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I just remember I remember I bought a hard copy, and I'm like, yo, this is going somewhere. And it's just like, I think streaming just started becoming important. Yeah. But you were getting it out the trunk.
Yeah.
You were getting it out the trunk, and you were moving some units.
No, seriously.
You were moving units, and I'm like,
seriously.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, we sold out pretty quickly too, and only did like that first run. It just was a process I wasn't prepared for. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to expect. And it was just like the response was overwhelming. The response was super overwhelming. And I'm like, it made me want to hide. Like, holy shit, nah. Like, this is crazy.
Looking back on it now, I was like, I didn't know that was your first project.
First project.
And I was like, I can see how it played out. I think
first time singing out publicly, all at once.
That's so crazy. That's amazing. So like, just to stay on Transitions for a second, had some great singles, great records. Singles was amazing. You had some clearance issues?
Yeah, not even had clearance issues. I think our hesitance was the beats were not originally my beats. You know, it was meant to be a mixtape. So it was just shit I was finding online. And we purchased as much as we could purchase, but the one beat was actually originally a J Dilla beat. You know what I mean? So the other producer did something to it, but it was a Dilla beat, you know? So I'm like, I can't purchase it from them. And knowing it was a Dilla beat, I didn't want it to get flagged.
Yeah. And so, didn't Dilla like just pass around that time
yeah,
too?
not a little bit before that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the actual year, but I just didn't want to end up with no legal copyright issues. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, at the end of the day, I want to share this music because it's something that matters to me. I'm not trying to make a living off of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but people ask me all the time, why isn't your music on streaming? I'm like, it's just that one track. And it's such a good track. I can't upload it without that.
They had to call me with the lawsuit. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's so stupid. I'm like, I shouldn't. So, you know, it is what it is, though.
Man, that was a beautiful time. That was definitely a beautiful time.
Yeah.
So from that moment, you getting a lot of love, a lot of support. Yeah. What was the thought process once the rollout starts winding down?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The rollout started to wind down because of me. Because I really didn't know what to do. And And like Stove and T Brown were great. I just didn't know them. Like we had just met around this project. You know what I mean? So it was like I was building and developing trust, but I just was like, I don't know what's next, and I don't want to just jump out there and feel unprepared. You know, I didn't have like a family or really close friend that was like, yeah, advising me in my ear, which I recognize now I really didn't need, you know, but I just wanted somebody else that was like in my corner, encouraging it, backing me up, like, yeah, this should be a next move. So I just stepped off the scene.
Wow.
I just like took a major step back.
Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Out to the pay for the grass is always green. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it. Okay, out to the pay for the grass is always green. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it.
What does the future look like for your podcast?